Bitcoin is setting up a trap, but is that trap Bitcoin telling us that there is a potential local low in and we should start longing, especially with two CME gaps pending towards the upside, the most recent one being one of the largest nominal CME gaps that we've created? Or is the trap that Bitcoin will actually end up going to lower price levels and copy the previous cycles? So in this video, I want to explore that dynamic of the bull versus the bear. Lower price levels to be expected, or was this the lowest point that Bitcoin will see? And on top of that analysis, I want to break down to you the newest release of the ISM manufacturing PMI data, which on its own is able to identify whether if we are in a expansion in the economy or a contraction fueled by money printing. Whenever the economy expands, that's the PMI data going over 50, you can see the price of Ethereum, and subsequently the altcoin market's rejoicing and going into euphoria mode. So us going to 52.6, the strongest pace we've been since 2022. Does this mean that Ethereum is going to go up now? Will altcoins go up now? Well, hopefully you'll find out in today's video. Guys and girls, I think you'll love this video so much that actually you're going to end up destroying the like button. Make sure to subscribe for daily price analysis on Bitcoin. We're here every single day. So make sure you're subscribed and you have your notification bell on, because tomorrow I'm going to be dropping a video update with the legendary Chris Crypto, where he will talk about exactly when he's going to be opening a $100 million Bitcoin long position and what strategy allowed him to make millions of dollars trading Bitcoin. It's going to be an incredible one, so subscribe and keep your notification bell turned on for the Crypto Kid channel. With that said, let's go into Bitcoin. I'm also curious, by the way, I just shaved, and I want to know if you prefer this beard style or Crypto Kid with more facial hair. Let me know in the comments. Okay, back to Bitcoin. So Bitcoin has tested its April 2025 low. If you're an avid watcher of the shows, then you know that this was something we were expecting. So Bitcoin has finally come down to that April 2025 low, which was established after President Trump starting doing tariffs. It was scary because we didn't know what to expect. Obviously, the markets have matured since then, but that low has been officially tagged. On top of that, we have on the 4-hourly time frame a bullish Bitcoin divergence right there, and even on the 1-hourly time frame, there is a very powerful bullish divergence. So here is my two takes, my two sats, or I think that's how the saying goes. There are two CME gaps pending towards the upside. One is at 83.7 and the other is at 93K. The recent one created is one of the largest CME gaps in recent Bitcoin history. When there is a larger nominal gap, so nominal dollar value gap, market makers tend to close it faster, so sooner rather than later. So with these important points, I actually believe that Bitcoin will see a short-term reversal to the upside. So if you want to jump into a low-risk long position, it could make sense. And if you want to do that, then make sure to go to the links down in the description below for this YouTube video to sign up to one of our partner exchanges, which will allow you to support this channel and get the best bonuses when you sign up. If you choose weeks, you can get up to a $30,000 deposit bonus, and on LevX, you'll receive member special updates. So you can be, when you sign up to LevX, it's a fantastic crypto exchange from my experience. Obviously, make sure to diversify risk always. Very, very important. I keep money on multiple exchanges just in case. But if you check out LevX, you'll actually be able to follow some of the trades that I make in the future, and also some special posts that I put on before I make a YouTube video. Short term is bullish, but when I focus on the long term, I cannot forget the prior cycles. Bitcoin is following the 4-year cycles perfectly. Only today are we starting to see a shift in the business cycle. So starting today, we're getting a change. Remember the cycles we spoke about that affect Bitcoin? You have the 4-year halving cycle, you have the 4-year presidential electoral cycles in America, alongside the congressional and the Senate cycles. And then finally, you have the business cycles. All of these were happening simultaneously in unison. These 4-year cycles were occurring at the exact same time since Bitcoin's inception. But now that we're going from halving to halving, the halving is losing its significance over relative to the business cycles, which determine liquidity. Bitcoin, the S&P, they follow liquidity about 90% of the time when you zoom out. And how is liquidity in the business cycles determined? They are determined by the ISM manufacturing data. If there is more manufacturing going on, that means companies are making more income to invest into more labor, into more factories, so there's more employment, people have more cash in their pockets. It is a loop. And when you go over the 50 mark, it means that the American economy is expanding. And historically, whenever the economy does expand, you see altcoins and Ethereum follow. I know a lot of people on Twitter have gotten excited, but here's something that I need to say. The ISM goes up first, it rockets, and there's always a lag. Okay, there's always a lag between the ISM data going up and then altcoins following. It can be up to a 6 to 7 month lag. So I'm bullish for 2027. You guys know that. And the fact that we are getting an expansion in the ISM is a good early sign. But don't expect altcoins to fly. It's probably going to take until 2027 until the impact from the ISM data and obviously liquidity to transfer into risk-on assets. So how should you be interpreting this? How should you be potentially trading this? Well, I'm buying the dip. I think Ethereum can dip all the way to 1.92K. That's where I'm going to buy up as much as I can. I'm still buying up Bitcoin. Please forget about the FUD that's happening with Epstein and Bitcoin. It is ridiculous. It is just a mechanism where people are frustrated, so they're blaming each other. They're creating nonsensical, highly speculative FUD like this. They're comparing a man-made Satoshi statue, which the person that made it had no idea who Satoshi was, obviously, and they're comparing it to Epstein. Like, these are some of the weirdest things that I've seen. There was somebody posted on Twitter stating that, meanwhile, what in the world has happened to the future of finance? I'm not a technician or a chartist, but even I can tell you that that's not a pretty chart. And then literally on the chart, it says up 16,500% all time. So please, please, please don't fall for the FUD, okay? Do not fall for the FUD. Can Bitcoin come lower? I think it can. When I look into the previous cycles, I don't think, even though in the short term I think we can see a bounce, I don't think that was the low. I think Bitcoin can very much come into the mid-60s like I've stated before, but that's only a 15 to 20% more drop. You're never going to be able to time the exact bottom. So what do? I dollar cost average. I buy when I believe that we're closer to the bottom, and good signals of it is things like FUD. When everybody's bearish, when all the news that's coming out is giving you indications to sell, that's my cue to do the exact opposite, because when prices are going up, every news that you hear makes you want to buy more. This is the psychological game that you guys will understand over time the hard way. Bitcoin, as the thing that it does, as the product it doesn't change regardless of good news or bad news. So if you understand that in the macro, there's monetary debasement, there is antitrust against institutions and elites, we know that Bitcoin is here to stay. So whenever we have FUD, whenever we have fear, whenever we're approaching important levels, I tend to buy, and I think this is a good time personally to DCA. Can we come down to the mid-60s? Of course we can. Will I be buying then too? Of course I will be. And that's how I want to conclude today's video. So guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Again, if you did, destroy the like button, subscribe, and if you want to learn how to trade Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, then make sure to check out this video where it will teach you A to Z on how to do that. So see you there, take care, and bye-bye.